Next up is our second speaker. That's Conrad Eder. Conrad is going to join me in a moment. And I want to take a minute to explain why Conrad is going to join us and what he's going to speak about. And that's because Conrad is joining us a member of our Young Leaders program. Young Leaders is for young people between the ages of 15 and 35 with visual impairments who share a common spirit of not being defined by their vision loss and have bold goals and ambitions who are rich, a rich life and career. In the Young Leaders program, they learn valuable skills, gain access to tools and resources, but perhaps most importantly, they become part of a powerful collective, a group of people who share experiences, who help them navigate higher education and employment. The Young Leaders programming is developed in partnership with a panel of youth advisors who are living with vision loss. It includes a mentorship program and networking opportunities. And I see that Conrad has joined us. Hello, Conrad.
Hey,
you
Jennifer.
have been part of our Fighting Blindness Canada Young Leaders program since 2019. You were the co-chair in 2023, and you are currently, and ever so excitingly, part of the Canadian Olympic team, or para-athlete, who as part of Canada's national blind hockey team. So I'm super excited to hear more about that. Thank you for joining us. And I'd love to ask the first question, which is, can you share with us and everyone who's on this call with us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much, Jennifer, and to Fighting Blindness Canada for the opportunity to speak with you guys today. I really appreciate that. Well, you've already given me a phenomenal intro. As you alluded to, I'm a massive hockey fan, but on top of that, I love classical music. I love getting outdoors. And I'm also legally blind. When I was around 20 years old, I was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa. For those who may not be aware of the disease, it's a progressive genetic disease that over time will deteriorate my vision from the outside in.
Good Lord. How did you become involved with Fighting Blindness Canada, and in particular, the Young Leaders program?
I guess that kind of takes us back to the beginning and really when I was first diagnosed. And now going back several years, it was just a run of the mill optometrist appointment to check to see if I needed glasses. When I was first alerted by my optometrist that something might not quite be right.
Mhm.
After that appointment, hospital visits ensued, so did visits to a specialized ophthalmologist. And before I knew it, I was diagnosed with this very hard to pronounce disease that I didn't really know anything about. Um, and that was a point in my life where I think the feeling of lost really hit me quite hard. Um, I didn't really know where to turn, where to go to get information. The healthcare system wasn't providing me with the support that I think I needed in that moment. And like a lot of people of my generation, I guess the first thing that came to my mind was to Google it. So I typed retinitis pigmentosa into my computer and just wondered what would come up. Fortunately, the first thing that I saw was Fighting Blindness Canada. The link to their website popped up right away. And I was incredibly fortunate then to find incredibly rich information on their website that gave me a better idea of my disease, a better sense of what my disease was. Of course, after perusing the website, I was fortunate to stumble upon the Young Leaders program. A few months later, I attended my first viewpoint, running into more young leaders who encouraged me to come out to their annual conference. Shortly after that, I was in Vancouver for my first Young Leaders conference. I haven't looked back since.
That's brilliant. It sounds like it's been a really important part of the last few years, and you figuring out, how this may evolve, and yet also support you and how you still stay connected to everything that's really, important to you and the life that you want to live. So on that note, then, with Move for Sight around the corner, can you tell us why you're excited about this new event and how you plan to get involved and move?
Oh, I first of all, I love the accessibility of Move for Sight, giving the opportunity for participants, those of us like myself who are visually impaired, but also participants who are fully sighted, a range of opportunities to engage in activity in support of what is a phenomenal cause in Fighting Blindness Canada, and by extension, the Young Leaders Program. Yeah, when I think of moving for sight, I can't think of a better way to move for sight than to play blind hockey. Blind hockey is an accessible parasport specifically designed for people with low and no vision to be able to participate in the sport of hockey that we all know and love. So on June 23rd, on our Move for Sight Day, I'm really excited to announce that I'm going to be in Ottawa hitting the ice. And I encourage the entire blind and low vision community to join me. Whether it's your first time on skates or you're a seasoned pro, we'd love to see you in Ottawa to join me on the ice and move for sight. I should very quickly add that I'm incredibly proud to say that Canadian Blind Hockey is supporting me 100% in this initiative, and I'm incredibly proud that they're helping me share my passion for blind hockey and also share my passion for growing Fighting Blindness Canada and supporting the Young Leaders Program.
That's so brilliant, Conrad. It really kind of gives me tingles. I love how your whole world is coming together to make this happen. Thank you for making Fighting Blindness Canada and Move for Sight such an important part of your world, your life. And I absolutely love that Blind Hockey Canada is getting behind you. This clearly says a lot about your level of participation and commitment to them too. And listen, it takes all of us to raise awareness of the work that we're all doing together. So kudos to you to making that happen. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about the lead up to June 23rd and then the actual day of.
Thanks
Thank
so
you
much, Jennifer.
Yeah. Thank you for telling your story today and for telling the story on this evolution of how Move for Sight goes with you and the Blind Hockey Canada team.
My pleasure.
All right. You take care.